Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. Today, guys, we're checking out a new Arrow Season 7 trailer that dropped earlier today on the CW's YouTube channel. Now, when I saw the trailer pop up, I sent out a tweet saying, hey, I see they drop a new trailer. It's over a minute long. Is it worth checking out? Because a lot of times CW, before the shows come back, the Arrowverse shows, they drop these 30-second teasers and all that kind of stuff, and then that's kind of how they promote the show's returning. And I'm like, well, this is over a minute long. Is it worth checking out? And people are saying, yeah, it's worth checking out. Some people are saying, you know. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to use this as a reaction to check out this new trailer, but also just kind of discuss my hopes and, you know, what I want to see in Arrow Season 7 overall. So this video is going to be kind of a discussion about what's coming up in Arrow Season 7, what I hope to see, and obviously a reaction to this new trailer we just got today, because I'm really freaking excited for Arrow Season 7 for many different reasons, but we'll get into that after the trailer. So guys, here we go. Without further ado, Arrow Season 7 trailer, the new one dropped today by the CW. Let's get into that, guys, and see what they show us. Let's go.
I'm a big fan. You have failed this city. I'm not that person anymore.
I can't wait for that fight scene.
There aren't any heroes in here.
Okay.
Breaking news out of Star City this morning that the vigilante known as the Green Arrow has returned.
I got a big theory who that is.
Another psycho in green leather who assaults people with a bow and arrow.
We have reason to believe that a vigilante is impersonating the Green Arrow.
Yep.
Not fighting back. There's never been what you're about.
I'm ready for that. Oh, so brutal.
I want to get back to my family. Who can help you? Arrow. All new episodes Monday, October 15th on the
Richard Dragon. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the CW to see more from Arrow.
I already am subscribed. Now season 6, okay. I was like, is that season 5? No, season 6. Alright, so not much new footage there. There was some new pieces of footage there, but it was mainly just adding more context to kind of what we've already known. I mean, we knew there was a fake Green Arrow around there, and they're like, okay, now we're gonna show, you know, hey, this is actually happening. And then the footage of the guy like, no, and he's screaming. The longer hair guy, he was actually being interviewed saying, yeah, there's some other psycho out there dressed in green leather. And I'm like, yeah, they're all leather suits, yeah. My theory of who the impersonator, I have two theories, but my main theory, it's Roy, okay? Some people might disagree, and like, hey, that's too easy, because, you know, it's like, oh, of course it's Roy, because he's coming back. That's my theory, it's Roy, right? But another theory, which I think also makes sense too, is that this is actually one of the longbow hunters pretending to be the Green Arrow to kind, because they get some kind of synopsis came out by Arrow Season 7, and it mentioned how someone is trying to ruin Oliver's name, or trying to ruin his reputation as a Green Arrow, and this kind of makes sense if it was a longbow hunter. Now, it'd be more interesting if it was Roy and he was accidentally doing it because he was going out as a Green Arrow, even though Oliver Queen, who admitted it, is in prison, and maybe he's accidentally ruining it, but it actually makes more sense if it is a longbow hunter, but I'm still hoping it is Roy, because, you know, there has to be a vigilante. Because apparently vigilantes are, like, outlawed, like they're not active, you know, anymore because of what happened with Oliver Queen and all that kind of stuff, so it's a whole different dynamic in Star City now, moving forward with this season. I'm really excited for this season because there's a new showrunner. Okay, Beth Schwartz, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, is the new showrunner, in case you guys are not aware, and she has been on the show since day one. So she's been there since the very, very beginning of this show, and she's worked her way up all the way to showrunner, and from what I'm seeing from interviews, from cast members and all that kind of stuff, first of all, Stephen Amell, the actual main actor of the show who plays Oliver Queen, of course, is scared of her because at any given time, shit can go sideways quickly, and she likes darker stories. He's always afraid to say anything, and the whole entire cast, for the most part, has been tight-lipped on a lot of stuff that's happening in this season. And I think the main reason why is because Beth Schwartz is running a tight ship. Because before, it was like, anything goes. They would just talk, oh, hey, this is happening, this is happening. Like, they were just dropping spoilers left and right, it seemed. But people were easily figuring out stuff easier in the past. And I feel like with Beth, it's a different direction. And just based off this trailer alone, and then also adding in the other main trailer from Comic-Con, and then looking at cast interviews, it's obvious this is going to be, at least the beginning, is going to be a dark season. And I personally feel, even though the Green Arrow in the comics is not like this, okay? I know that there are some people that still complain, Arrow is not the Green Arrow in the comics. Understandable, but this is not the comic books. This is a TV show they've built using a darker version of the character. And so, for me, the show is better when they do darker storylines, and it has a darker tone. I think the show works better in that aspect because that's what really sold the show when it first started with season 1 and season 2. Darker storylines, darker tone overall, some humor moments, but still it was a darker show, and it made Arrow very successful. And so I'm glad that they're going back to that aspect, and the fact that Beth Schwartz likes darker storylines. She likes going darker, and they even had to go to, whoever approves, TV episodes and all that kind of stuff to make sure, or they had to go to the network CW to make sure that a certain thing happening in the first episode can actually happen, if they can actually show it. Is it too much for the network? And they had to get it approved. So that gets me interested to see what exactly did they have to approve and make sure that they could actually do this, before actually going through with it. And I'm interested to see this whole aspect of Oliver being in prison and not being the Green Arrow. Everyone knows he's the Green Arrow. Like, that guy up there, you're the Green Arrow. You failed this city. That'd be me if I met Oliver Queen. But it's like, there's no heroes in this place, or no heroes in this prison, And then we see Stardust, and then we see Bronze Tiger. We also see Brick. I'm not sure. I think there might be another villain or two that they're not revealing in the trailers that's going to be in prison with him. But I think it's interesting how everybody knows who he is, and I think it's gonna change the whole entire show moving forward, obviously. But I'm really excited because really the first time, because yes, he announced it on TV at the end of season 6, but we didn't get to really see any responses to him announcing he's the Green Arrow. The first time we really get to see the response of him admitting he's the Green Arrow is when he's in prison with everybody that most of them, he might put them away himself, so they're like, everyone's against him. And we've already known about this, but it's an interesting aspect because it's not like he's out in the open and everyone knows it's Oliver Queen. If he's like, oh, I'm the Green Arrow, but he's still out and about and he's still out, fighting crime and stuff, still being the Green Arrow, the people just seeing the Green Arrow, riding on a motorcycle or, fighting bad guys or whatever, will be like, oh, it's Oliver Queen. But no, it's like he's in prison and it's like everyone's against him. And that's most interesting. And that fight scene in the shower where he's nude, naked, taking a shower, and they attack him, I'm really excited about that because it's like, all right, dude, you're naked, they're attacking you at your most vulnerable, and you're kicking dudes through, like, walls and shit. Porcelain, like, is it porcelain? Whatever material it is. He busted that guy through. It's insanity. My hopes for this season, I've been rambling a lot. I probably should have got to this sooner, but it is what it is. These videos are never planned. There's no script. It's just go. Is that the darker storylines, and what I like is that everyone is in a different setting. Like, Renee is not Wild Dog, it seems, and then we see Black Siren is kind of, I think she's the new ADA or whatever. I wonder who the mayor is now. It's probably a storyline coming up for sure. Who the new mayor is, who's replacing Oliver Queen. Now, I don't know when he's getting out of prison. From what I've been hearing is that he stays in prison for quite a while. So this is not one of those situations to where he gets out of prison like early on, where they set up a storyline and then it kind of gets pushed aside. Like, remember season 5 finale where they blew up the island and then there was only one person confirmed dead and then there was one person in a coma and then everyone else is fine, and except for Diggle, who had a little bit of issues. That storyline could have went in a whole different direction. It could have actually paid off, but there was no paying off whatsoever. And so in this instance, it's like they're actually going to stick through with the storyline that, hey, he's in prison, and that's that, right, for right now, at least until we find a way to get him out. I'm so happy that Roy's back. I've mentioned this a couple times in live streams. I'm just happy that the character's back. I feel like he had to leave. Colton Haynes, who plays Roy Harper, had to leave for personal reasons during season 3, which made sense. I'm glad he's returned a couple times, but I'm glad he's fully back in this season because this might be the last season. I hope it's not, but I'm excited for the show nonetheless because I feel like with the new showrunner, it has my hopes up that this is actually going to be a actual good season that actually is consistent, because season 6 wasn't consistent. Season 5 for me was consistently amazing, but it's like season 6 had its ups and downs, and now we're getting Longbow Hunters, Richard Dragon. The way it's been talked about, Richard Dragon is actually going to have more of a, more of a presence and more of a evil presence within this season compared to season 6, which makes sense because season 6 was kind of all over the place with who the main villain is. It's Kane James. No, it's Richard Dragon. It's really confusing. Like, okay, if it's Longbow Hunters, let that be the main focus and let Richard Dragon be behind the scenes doing more crazy shit. But I don't know. But I'm excited for season 7 of Arrow. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far with this trailer and then the Comic-Con trailer and then reading some interviews. I avoid most stuff, but in this instance, I'm like, I'll check it out. But I want to use this video as something more than just another reaction. But I'm excited for season 7. I'm curious to know what you guys are. You guys excited for Arrow season 7? Like, are you hyped? Seeing this trailer, the Comic-Con trailer, are you guys more excited or are you less excited? Whatever thoughts you have about Arrow season 7 overall with the 2 trailers and what you've been hearing so far. What do you think is going to happen? What do you hope will happen? Are you excited? Are you meh about it? Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.